Why would anyone ever be possessed to write an article like this? A parenting columnist says adults shouldn't high-five kids. To which they quote, "I will not slap the upraised palm of a person who is not my peer." So the guy who wrote this article is in his 70s. And he must have had a heated conversation with a kid where the kid just totally dunked on him. So he felt the need to dunk back on the kid in the lamest way possible. Write an article in the newspaper that, to no one's surprise ever, is now being reported in the general media. And now a dramatic reading. "Oh, will you please just stop doing that, please? Every time I see it, I want to scream. I'm not an emotionally hyperactive person. I'm talking about adults high-fiving children, and yes, I'm about to reveal that I am the Grinch, or so it would seem. I have traded the palm slap with adult friends. Dude, give me 5. I can be and am as cool as the next adult, that is. I will not slap the upraised palm of a person who is not my peer. And a peer is someone over the age of 21, emancipated, employed, and paying their own way. The high five is not appropriate between a doctor and a patient." I mean, when would that ever happen? I don't know. Judge and defendant, which is a really weird call-out. I've never seen that. POTUS and a person not old enough to vote. Okay. Employer and employee, parent and child, grandparent and grandchild. "Dad," my son once said, his then 5-year-old doesn't understand why you won't high-five him. "I don't expect to understand, and I'm not going to explain myself to him because he's 5. "Well, I don't understand either," he said. "I'm not going to explain myself to you either," I said to his chagrin. He dunked on that 5-year-old like dang. Said grandson is now 15. He has not raised his palm to me since he was 5, and we get along just fine. Oh, here comes the participation trophy speech. He is not suffering high-five deprivation, much less PTSD from hearing, "Sorry, I don't high-five children." Then he goes on to talk about respect and adults and children not having the same power dynamic. But if you're worried about the power dynamic caused by a high five between someone who is not your peer, you have far more problems in life than anyone I probably know. While this article may have been written in a non-serious tone, it's also not funny. If it was written in a serious tone, clearly this person has nothing better to do than expand on the reasons why people don't interact with him at all. He also goes on to say respect for adults is important to a child's character development, and the high five is not compatible with respect. But nowadays, I would see it a little bit different. Someone who doesn't respect you is not going to give you a high five or a fist bump. Things have changed, out of touch old white man. And this guy's a family psychologist. Big yikes.